Hi everyone, this is Mr. Liow, and today I'm going to share with you how to get started with filing, okay, especially for, in this case, it's for our English worksheets. Okay, so what you need before you start filing is that you need to have a red file. Ideally, you have a ring file. This is called a ring file. Okay, it has two rings here, and it is much thicker so that you can put more of your worksheets within this file itself. Or you may have a flat file. A flat file is just a regular plastic file, okay, with a fastener in the middle. Okay, so you can have either one of this, but moving forward, most of us will be using this because this is what the bookshop is actually selling. All right, so first thing with the ring file, what you need to do is that you need to write your name. Okay, so how you should open it is that there's one little clip here. You need to just push it open. You push it open, and then on the other side, you will see that there's this slip of paper within. What you should do, right, is that you should just fold it upwards a little bit. Okay, so it's slightly curved, and what happens is that you see that there's a small little C shape here. Push it out. You can push it out, and then I advise you not to pull it out entirely. So what you do is that after this has been pushed out slightly, right, write down your name and your class. So Mr. Liow is going to just write Liao, and I'm going to use a permanent marker if you can. It's much better than compared to your regular blue pen. Okay, so I'll write my class. So if my class is excellence, for example, this year I'm having 6EL8. Okay, I'm just going to write down my class here. So the next thing, what do you like to do, right, is that you, again, just push it up slightly so that you create a small little gap there. Oh, there, that's the bell. Just hold on for a minute. Okay, and you can start to just hold it here, and then you start to slide this in. Many students always come and tell me, Mr. Liow, I could not push it in because you're actually having it folded down. When it's folded down, right, you find that it's very hard to push it in. Okay, fold it upwards a little bit, and then you see a small little gap here, then you can start to push it in. Gently. Perfect. Okay, so once you have the red file ready, the next thing you need to have is your divider. Okay, or rather your dividers. So this is a divider. Yours may be a slightly different color. Okay, in this case, we have 5 dividers: a blue, yellow, green, pink, and light beige. Okay, yours may be different colors, is perfectly fine. But the ones that we are using has 5 of them. So what we're going to do is that these 5 dividers are like your sections. Think of it like your books. You have section 1, section 2, section 3, section 4, section 5. Okay, and we're going to divide it into 5 sections. So what are the 5 sections? So I've actually printed this label. Okay, the first section is your Stella learning sheet and readers. What are readers? Okay, your readers are actually your stories. So in this case, for my P6 class, this is one of the stories, Bawa Brigade. Another story that we have done in the first unit is called Coolie Boy. So these are our readers. Your learning sheet obviously will be the worksheets that you do after reading through the readers with your teachers. Okay, so this will be my first section. Second section will be writing. Writing includes continuous writing or situational writing. Situational writing only applies to your P5 and P6s, but it will be good for you to just leave it here first. For those of you who are watching this and you are not P5 and P6, it's okay to leave it here because eventually you will still reuse this file, so you can just leave it here. Okay, third section will be assessment. Assessment refers to your the papers, the tests, the mini tests that you take. It may be your mid-year exam, it may be your weighted assessment, it may be unweighted assessment, or it may be your year-end exam paper. Okay, so they'll be put in the third section. Okay, fourth section will be your revision notes and practice papers. Sometimes Mr. Liow or your teachers may actually give you some revision notes related to English. So what you need to do is that you put them all in this section, as well as practice papers. Sometimes there are exercises to do before your exam, so we'll put them in the fourth section. Last but not least, we have oral. So sometimes your teachers will give you practices, with regards to oral, your reading, okay, or your stimulus-based conversation, or it may be related to your listening comprehension, or others. Others include things like your spelling, other additional worksheets which Mr. Liow may give you along the way. So these are the 5 sections. And what Mr. Liow have done is that I printed it out on this label. Okay, so every one of you will get this label. And what I want you to do is that with this label, we are going to paste this onto the side of these dividers. Okay, so what you need to have with you right now is that you need to have your scissors. So the first thing is that you cut. Let me cut the first one. So make sure that you cut properly. Snip it off. And then the first one is that you probably need a little bit of fingernail. If you can't do it, maybe you get a friend or get your parents to help you out. Okay, this like your stickers, you know, a sticker sometimes it's very hard to peel out the stickers. Okay, now Mr. Liow is having a little bit of problem also. Okay, just be patient with me. But the good thing with you, for you is that you're probably watching this on the video, you can just fast forward this. Okay, I've gotten this. So I remove the label. And then you'll find that the sticky part will be this part. Okay, then I'll label it under the first section. So I'll pull out my dividers, make sure that it's aligned neatly. I do not want to put it too far in, if not, it'll be covered by the worksheet. So make sure that it's aligned to the top, this part. Okay, and you label this, you press down the sticker, and there you go, that's the first label. Okay, the second one, same thing, you're writing. So you can fast forward this video if let's say you're sure of what to do. Same thing, I'm going to just find the sticker part. Just be patient with me a little bit. Okay, I've gotten the second one. Okay, second one, I'm going to paste it down. Make sure it's visible. Second, the third one, assessment. Okay, snipped off. Then a third one under here. Okay, sometimes you find that it's a bit hard to see, to paste it properly. You just lift it up a little bit, then you put it down. Next one will be your revision notes and practice papers. Okay, same thing. Let me get this. Okay, I've gotten it. And then I'll paste it here neatly. Okay, and then the last one, what do we have? Will be your oral, LC, and others. If you're doing this by yourself at home, okay, what you can do is that you can pause this video and then you can work on this on your own. Okay, so I'll just peel this down. Okay, and then I'll paste it. Ta-da! Okay, so eventually what you need to have, right, will be like this. You should look like this. Stella, writing, assessment, revision notes, oral, LC, and others. So after you have this ready, what you can do is that you can put this into a file. If you have a ring file, you can put it in a ring file. If you have a flat file, it works as well. Okay, so I open it up. This is a fastener. The fastener, how it works is that you push it up and you loosen. You push it down and you tighten. Okay, so when you loosen it up, pull it over to the other side and use your finger. Be careful of this part, okay, because it may just snap on your finger. So use your 2 fingers, or you can use both hands, one on this side, and you push it open. It should snap open, and then you put in your dividers. Ta-da! We are done with our first step. Okay, so you look at our file, very neat. You have your name, you have your labels clearly at the side. Okay, this is a contents page. You don't really need this for now. So what I'll do is that I'll just take this out. Because I'm not too sure whether I'll still need this in future, what I'll do is that I'll just put it right at the end. Okay, I'll put it right at the end. Okay, in case I need it in future. So don't throw away first. Okay, save the environment. Okay, and again, be careful of this. Make sure that you don't clip yourself. Don't snap onto your finger. Okay, and close the divider. Okay, next. So I'm done with this part. So what I'll need to do next is that many worksheets that I have, now I need to sort them out. So Mr. Liow would give you a contents page. A contents page, right, for each term, right? What you need to do is to make sure that the things listed here, you need to file them in. Okay, so starting from the first one, I have Coolie Boy and Bow Wow Brigade. I need my Stella readers and my learning sheet. So let me look for Coolie Boy and Bow Wow Brigade. So you look at this, which one is unit 1? Coolie Boy, that's right. Then followed by Bow Wow Brigade. So the oldest one will always be below. The newest one will be on top. Okay, so the oldest one below, the newest one on top. Same for your writing. Whenever we do our first draft, the first draft is below, the corrections is on top. Okay, so the latest copy is always on top. So now I have these two copies. I'm going to file this in. I'm going to look for Stella Readers, okay, and Stella Learning Sheet. So what you have to do is that just put your finger onto, hold this part and open it up. And then what you do is that open up the tab, the ring file tab, and then you put this into the file, snap it in, and close. Okay, so this will be your Stella Learning Sheet. Okay, so next one. Okay, not learning sheet, your readers. Of course, if you have a learning sheet, let me see whether I have my learning sheet here with me. Oh dear, I don't have my learning sheet here with me. Let me see whether I can quickly find it. Okay. I'm going to give you an example, okay? My learning sheet. Okay, my learning sheet, I'll just put it in here, right on top. Okay, and I'll just put it in. Okay, this is not mine, okay, Gerald. I just use this as an example. Close it. My learning sheet and my readers. My readers are always below because we always read this first, followed by our learning sheet. Okay, so, in fact, I should put it together with my, before this. Okay, let me reorganize this a little bit. I should actually have my Coolie Boy reader followed by my learning sheet. And then next will be my Unit 2, Bower Brigade, then followed by my Bower Brigade learning sheet. Okay, so this is how you stay organized. Make sure the latest, the newest copy is always on top. All right, okay, I'm going to take down this because this doesn't belong to me. I'm going to just continue with my example. Okay, next will be a writing. Writing, the same thing. If there's a writing booklet, okay, for example, this writing package. So this will be the writing package that we always use for each term. And what you need to do is that put your finger. Okay, let me go back to the front part. Look, where's the writing? Writing will be the second tab, right? So use your finger, pinch this part and flip it open. After you flip it open, you have your writing package. Okay, your writing package. Make sure of course you've written your name. This is just a sample that Mr. Liow have with me. Okay, I open it up, put it in. Okay, and other than continuous writing, sometimes I have my situational writing practices. I'll put it in as well. Situational writing practice 1 and practice 2. So you see, your practice 1, situational practice 1, practice 2, continuous writing 1, continuous writing 2 for this term. Okay, so this, I will need to make sure that all of these 4 has been filed in for this term. Okay, so I close it. I'm done with this part. Okay, so next, if let's say I have my second situational writing practice, the next time I want to file this in. Again, pinch the writing tab, flip it open, and then the latest copy, you see, 1 is below, 2 is on top. Put it down, close. All right. Okay, sometimes you may have other materials that Ms. Liow will give you. For example, for my lessons, you often have this lessons in the videos. Okay, so I'm using Cephalin's copy. Okay, so make sure that it has been marked down for this because I've not gone through the answers with the class yet. So after Mr. has gone through the answers with you, right, and it's ready to be filed. So this is lessons in the video. Which category would it fall under? Would it be Stella Learning Sheet and Readers, Writing, Assessment, Revision Notes, Practice Papers, Oral, LC, and Others? Which one would you file this in? Yes, that's right. We put it under Others. So same thing. Put my finger on the Others tab, flip it open. And then you have the lessons in the video. You put it in. Okay, and close the tab. Ta-da! We are done already. Okay. If you have assessment, of course, I don't have an assessment paper for me right now, weighted or unweighted. Okay. If you're done with the weighted assessment and your parents have signed, put it in here as well. Okay, so I'm done with my filing for this term. So what you should do is that with this condensed page, what I'll actually do is that I'll take a pen or a pencil. Everything that I've checked through, I put just a small tick at the side, or maybe under the remarks column, you can just put a small little tick here as a way to check to make sure that you have filed everything in. Okay, So after you have checked everything, what you should do is that the contents page, right, open it up right at the front, right at the beginning. And then your fastener, pull it to the front, and then you slide it down. And there you go. You have finished filing what you need to file for this term. Okay, so this is what I'll do for each term. At the end of each term, there'll be a list of things that we have done for that term, and you will need to actually file everything in. So after you're done with the filing, this is where you actually bring it home for your parents to check, to get your parents to sign. All right, so this same thing, the file, after you have closed, you press it down. This just lock it. You see, everything is so neat, so compact. Well done. Okay, what if you're actually using the ring file? The ring file is the same thing, okay? Nothing is different from that, from what we have done so far. So what you actually have instead is that, let me just bring it over. Open up the ring file tab, and if let's say you're using ring file, will be this entire stack. Let me take this out. Okay, and then into the flat file. Okay, if you're using this flat file, oh no, okay, let me try to put this in. Okay, great. Gotten this. Flat file, and I put in the fastener, press it in, press down both ends. Okay, and push it up, and you close it. There you see, it's neat as well. Everything is nicely here. Okay, so what you do is that at the end of 2 terms, right, what I'll usually do is that I'll ask my students take out all of the materials and get ready for the second semester. Because your first semester's work, right, you don't want it to be all in the same file. It'll be very, very thick. Okay, so some of you, what you prefer to do is to take out all of the worksheets, and then you keep the worksheets at home, and you just bring back the file with the dividers. Okay, with the dividers. If you do not wish to continue using, if you wish to just keep everything there, then that means that your file will be much heavier. Yeah, but especially for worksheets throughout the year, you find for the flat file, you find that it will become very, very thick. So for those using flat file, I recommend that you remove the semester 1's work, and then you leave your dividers there. Okay, so let me just move it back to the ring file, which most of you are currently using for this year and for the subsequent years. Okay, except for the primary 6s, next year you'll use some other files in secondary school. Okay, so close it, bring it down, tighten, and you're done. Oh yes, I forgot one very important thing. Don't forget your contents page. You need to have your name. Okay, so there's Mr. Liow. I'll write my name, and there you go. We're done with our filing for today. Okay, hope this will help you to be more organized with how you sort out your worksheets. And this is a very important skill which I find that you need to have in secondary school as well. Even in primary school, start from primary school. Have this good habit of packing your things neatly, making sure that everything is organized. Okay, I hope this will help you as you go about with your filing for this term and for the rest of the year. All the best.